today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers taking on Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by a 2nd-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lock. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Locke, he's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Locke. He's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and out. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, it's Herbert. They'll get this to Coleman. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. On 3rd down, McCray. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes a crowd.
All the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, here's Locke. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Now left side on the swing pass. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st down, McCray. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now hang on a moment here. Marshall's in some pain. Still down. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Chargers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And that'll set him back 5.
Still second down. Game offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still second down. Game offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Herbert, he's got it. This is Ware. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. The Rams trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals had too much talent to finish where they did, as a Week 18 victory can only up their final mark to 7-10 on the year. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front, as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Out to his left. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Now Locke, escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Steps away. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Block now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Locke going to throw. On the move to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Shotgun snap to Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They run the counter. McCray. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. McCray, and the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Third and long, it's Herbert. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On is the Chargers punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. That's taken it around the 40. Oh, able to avoid him. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Here's Locke. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Herbert now. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
The Chargers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw him off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively.
Well, this game was certainly pretty well over. They'd go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
To the air again, Herbert. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a first carry for their fullback. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And out of bounds right around the 20.
139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Herbert back to the air. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Seahawks, they cap off an unbeaten season, though not quite a perfect season, as they finish 16-0-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.